Hey, this is Drew here, and in this video I'm going to show you how I match my stripes and my patterns. So I've cut out my piece first, and then I match up the other side to the one I already cut out. And the idea is to get these stripes to meet in the seam. So how are we going to make sure that our stripes line up after we cut out the pattern? Well, you're going to have to choose an area on the pattern and mark it as an indicator or a reference for where it meets another piece, so that they are connecting the stripes at the same location. Luckily, patterns come with indicators already. Most patterns have notches already indicated. You cut a triangle where you see the triangle shape, and that'll show you where they match up to another piece. And if there are multiple seams in a similar area, they're often indicated with different numbers of triangles, like the center seam for the back of this has 3 triangles, to differentiate it from the side seam that has 1 triangle, in case you couldn't tell. So you take one piece and you take note of where the triangle is. You line it up at a spot where it's easy to remember, like say the top of the stripe here. You make sure that your piece is held with the grain, the correct angle, and then the other one is going to match. Same notch as the other side. So you put that notch in the same relative area on the stripe, the top. So now when these are put together, the stripe will be continuous. Now what if you don't have a stripe? What if you have a picture pattern? Like say, maybe a seashell. So you have the seashell, and it's going to be in the center, and there's a seam there. And you don't want the shell to look like that. Well, to do that, you're going to need to find 2 different spots of the exact same shell. This is why we have to buy lots of extra fabric when we match up patterns. You can get your notch there. You fold that, the seam allowance, about 5/8 of an inch usually. Then you take the other side that it's going to be sewed to, and you do the same thing. Fold it over, you match it up, like so. That's going to be what your seam looks like when it's sewn. So remember that spot on the shell. Fold your seam allowance back out and cut it as so. And then find a shell in a different area. Put the other piece in the exact same spot. Fold that seam allowance back out, cut there. And then when you sew those 2 pieces together, you will form another complete shell. Very simple. So again, I take the one that I already did and I match it up to the one I'm about to cut. I double and triple check to make sure that the lines are going to meet in the center where I want, and that will make my chevron pattern here. As you can see, they match up exactly. And here is the finished result. The front and then the back. They almost meet on the sides. You can't get them to match all the way around, so you choose the most important areas and you make them match up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my channel for more.